Haven, a nickel would get us some good eats at Charles's Lunch, or Nickel Charlie's as we called it. It was open 24 hours a day, right there on Church Street next to the Lowe's Poli. Yes, downtown was the place to go in both Hartford and New Haven, anytime, day or night.
Well, New Haven, of course, in the 1940s was completely different from what it is today. It was a center, actually the hub of the city was at the corner of Church and Chapel, where every streetcar that started out from any direction, from Hamden, from West Haven, East Haven, or wherever, Fairhaven, wherever else, came across the center of Church and Chapel Street there, the corner of Church and Chapel. And that was the place in which everybody met and in which the whole town was brought together.
It was a slow pace. The trolleys I didn't ride too often because I enjoyed walking even then. And I used to walk downtown. I'd stop at the Lincoln Dairy and get an ice cream cone, which was 5 cents, 10 cents for a double dip, and then walk downtown with my friends.
We always needed a convenient place to meet so we wouldn't lose each other in the crush. In New Haven, the clock outside the Edward Malley department store was as good a place as any.
The Malley's clock is a landmark I remember from my growing up years in New Haven. Malley's was really the crossroads of downtown life. Church and Chapel is, I guess, traditionally at least the center of downtown, but really there wasn't much there. There was Lerner's and the drugstore. But Malley's at the corner of Chapel and Temple was where everyone met, especially on Saturdays.
New Haven had performance houses that rivaled any in the country. But what we really remember was this smoky, loud, drafty place wedged into the edge of the city's downtown, the arena, the New Haven Arena. Remember when we saw our first circus there? When we watched the elephants parade and dance to the crackling whip of the ringmaster? Remember when the clowns made us laugh when we clutched our parents as the trapeze artists almost hit the ceiling before tumbling in a blur to grab the bar? The arena hosted just about anything you could do in public indoors, home shows, Boy Scout jamborees, even swimming. The professional wrestling shows drew big crowds every time they came to town. And why not? It was fun. The New Haven Blades hockey team, though, captured our hearts. The Blades often resembled a nice version of professional wrestling, but for decades, the team was the focus of winter after winter.
For the home team, it was very friendly, Bill. You just kind of, you get used to the bounces on the boards, you get used to the screen. There was no glass at the time, and it was just a screen around the top of the boards. And you just kind of get used to that so that it becomes, your building after a while. And the fans in here were just very, very active and very vocal. And you always, if you messed up once in a while, you heard it. And but they were always on your side. They were always. It was always a friendly place for us to play. I think the visiting teams had a tough time coming in here because their fans were so close. It was basically the boards, a walkway, and the fans were right next to them. And sometimes got a little overactive, a little too involved in it sometimes.
The Ice Capades and Ice Follies, too, brought in the crowds for both exhibitions of skating skills and comedy on ice. We cheered and laughed whenever the skating stars would perform.